Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing this face, I am Alice and you're welcome to my channel. To my returning subscribers, you guys already know you are the complete that in the comment section. Okay, so guys, according to the title, in this video we're going to be talking about the struggles we face as a University of ILORIN student. So yeah, people will be seeing that as a student, obviously we know that there are some certain challenges that we get to face while we're in school. So I'm going to be talking about what we face, the challenges, the struggles that we face in my school, University of ILORIN. So we know that what has advantage most definitely has a disadvantage. So whenever you're coming to the University of ILORIN, you have to prepare your mind, your mental health, to experience both the advantage and the disadvantage of the school. So if this is what you'd love to watch, consider watching this video till the end. Make sure you don't go anywhere. Let us dive into the video. So guys, the first thing we're going to be talking about is the major struggles that we face in my school, which is the transport issues. Like, we've been facing this since I came to this school in my 100 level, hoping that things will change, but it is only getting worse. It is getting worse, to be honest. It is getting worse, and I hope that the school look into this transport issue. So the transport issue we always have is that the buses, the vehicles are not enough to convey the students going inside the school and outside the school. So as a result, we used to have so many kind of struggles. You see students struggling to enter the vehicle, like jumping. It's very like this thing I'm talking about. My explanation will not do justice if you are not in the school to see for yourself, because somebody that doesn't have strength cannot actually handle this issue that I'm talking about, because people will be flying through windows of moving vehicles, and as a result there are some people that get to injure themselves. And yeah, because of this particular issue, like if we had a smooth transport issue, students won't be facing all this. So sometimes students injure themselves while they are struggling to enter the vehicle, and the painful part is that this student, I don't know, say students know they fear it, because somebody like me, I don't have strength. If you don't have strength, please don't even try it. And that is why I will always advise for new freshers, if you are coming to the school, try as much as possible to get an hostel in the school, because this issue is majorly for those that stay off campus. It's not as if those staying in the school hostel to don't face it. Obviously, if you stay in school hostels, there are some time you want to go off campus and you come and meet the long queue, and you'll be like, what is this? You don't know what we that are staying off campus actually face. So this particular issue, we face it a lot, almost all the time. Going inside the school, coming outside the school, it is an issue. It is a very big issue, and I just pray that you look into it. Okay, so this is it. Like, prepare your mind that you will not just come. In fact, let me even tell you guys, when I came to this school in my 100 level, I've never experienced this type of thing in Lagos before. You will within Shakara to enter bus in Lagos. So me, on getting to school, in time to go outside, and I noticed that the park was crowded, a lot of students, and I was just standing like, newcomer, JJC, let me wait and vehicle will come and I'll go. That's when one of my departments, one of my course mates came to meet me. That, what am I waiting for? I said, I'm waiting for bus to go outside now. He just laughed that let me follow him, because the stand I'm standing here, I'm going to stand here till night. I'm not going to see any bus. So I followed him. That was how I was even able to get vehicle out of the school. But as time went on, I discovered that, oh, these are the things that you get to see in school. So this is me sharing to you guys. You should prepare yourself, your mind, your body, your soul for this issue, because I don't think it's ending anytime soon. It's not ending anytime soon, and I'm not trying to scare you or whatever. I'm just letting you know the true fact that this issue is not ending anytime soon, coupled with the fact that they are giving admission to a lot of students. In fact, this section there, gave admission to so many students. So this section we actually faced was transport issue. So this is what you should prepare your mind. So the first struggle we face is the transport issue, and the next one I'm going to talk about is attending lectures late, which is as a result of this transport issue, which is like the number is connected to the number one. So when you don't see vehicle on time, you get to attend lectures late, especially morning classes, morning lectures from 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. because you'll be surprised when you get to the junction at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Students are still much at the junction waiting for vehicle, and like you'll be wondering like what's going on. 10 a.m., 11 a.m. students are still at the junction. There's no vehicle to take them inside the school. So as a result of the transport issue, students go to classes late. Even me, like in fact my 300 level first semester, I did not attend my classes very well because of that issue, because most of my classes were morning, from 8 a.m. to anytime in the afternoon, 4 p.m., 6 p.m. But my morning lectures, I always miss it. So if my advice is that if you are going to school, make sure you go early, like as early as possible, from 6:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. to your junction, depending on your area. Should I stay at Tanker? So if you go to your junction at 7 a.m., you should be able to still get vehicle. But once it's already getting to 7:30, trust me, the struggle will start again. So make sure you get there as early as possible so that you don't go to your classes late. So the next one I'm going to talk about is power supply. But before I talk about the power supply, this attending lectures late is also applies to test and exam. So make sure you go to the junction early enough so that you won't miss your test and exam. Sometimes they might not do makeup test and exam, so make sure you go early. And then if you have any test or exam that you'll be having 8 a.m. in the morning, I would advise that you do night class. But please, if you are doing night class, make sure it is in group because of security reason. So I've actually stopped going for night classes in my 100 level stroke 200 level. I was going 100 level stroke 200 level, but I stopped within that 200 level, probably second semester or so. I don't go for night classes again. So if you are going to go for night class because of your test and exam that you'll be having 8 a.m. in the morning, because you don't want to go and face transport issue and then nobody's going to listen to you. So if you go for the night class, make sure you are not going alone. Make sure you are going in groups so that you will not, to avoid any they carry my phone, or they robbed me, they did this. Just avoid that. Go in groups, that's better. So the power supply issue is the third one for those staying off campus, because I don't think this applies to those in the school hostel. Those in the school hostel, they usually have 24/7 power supply, and even if there will be an issue for power supply, it doesn't take long before they fix it for them. So this issue is majorly for those staying off campus, depending on the area that you stay. So for my area, recently we've not been having power supply as often as we used to have before, so it has been an issue, like a very big issue. So imagine as a student now, there's no power supply, your phone battery is low, your laptop is low. So some students that read with their phones, their laptop, that's a disadvantage. Like you won't be able to read, you won't be able to do anything because your battery is low. And then if you have a rechargeable light, it will also be low too. I mean, if you use it for the period of time where they did not bring the light, it will be low. So it's a disadvantage. We face this issue a lot for we that don't have power supply, constant power supply off campus. And then for those that I still have some kind of I have neighbors that own generator. So in cases where you are in a hostel that they don't own generator, like you start going from friends' houses to another just so that you can charge. So for me, my neighbors used to own gen sometimes, and I get to charge my phone and my power bank. So that's like an issue we face, and I think this is like a major issue. I'm very sure every other student might be facing in their school or whatsoever. But yeah, we face this issue a lot. In fact, recently, today is Wednesday, Since last week Thursday, my area has not had light. They brought the light just early this morning today, I think around 12 a.m. for like almost a week. They didn't give us light. I don't know. It's not as if the light spoiled or anything. Like if you go to other areas, you'll see light, but my area in particular, we had no light for a whole 6 days. That's like automatically a week, 7 days. So yes, so we face lots of power supply, deprives we students from reading as often as we should. So prepare in mind, if you are coming, make sure you go and buy big power bank, so that as you are charging your phone, you're charging your power bank, and when your battery is low, you'll be able to charge up pending when they'll bring the light again. So that is the issue. And I don't know why I'm forgetting it. Another thing you get to face is water. When there's no power supply, you'll be able to pump your water. So that's like a great issue. Imagine a student going to school, there's no water to bathe, there's no water to eat, to cook, and all that. So these are issues we face as a student. These are challenges that we face in my school. So the next one I'm going to be talking about, the fourth challenges we face, is queue. If you are a student of unilorin and you don't know what shunting is, my sister, my brother, are you really a University of ILORIN student? Okay, for those that are freshers, for the new students, what we call shunting, because even me too, when I joined, I don't know what shunting is, so it's because I don't already know. Let me now let you know that there's something called shunting. So shunting is if you're on a queue and you don't, when you're on a queue, you follow in an orderly manner, but people will not go and follow orderly manner. We get coconut head. Yes, we have coconut head. So what we do is we'll shunt. So that thing that you won't go to where the queue end to join, you go in between people, like, hello, how far, make I enter now, I beg, make I enter, how far now. Some people will not even tell you how far, or I beg, make I enter. Some people just use sense, they'll just stand there. I've been here, now lie yo, they have never been there, they were not there before. So that's what we call shunting. And like if you want to go home early, if you want to write your exam early, you should know how to shunt. Because if you don't know how to shunt, you go penny bus stop. Yes, you will penny bus stop. I know that I used to have an issue with shunting. I don't know how to do it. I don't like to do it. So in fact, my friends, I always, in fact, in my 200 level, 100 level, I don't used to shunt. I always go and queue, like, good girl. But when I got to 3 level, my sister, my brothers and sisters, things changed. Because how can somebody be on a queue? You close your lecture around 4, you go to the park, the queue will be so long, you have to wait for 2 or 3 hours just to get a vehicle. I know if you do more, like you finish lecture, your head will be hot, you want to go and rest, you now standing ovation for 2-3 hours. I know they do. So I used to follow my friends that know how to shunt, and I follow them, I gone buddy, and we follow and shunt. So this is the issue we face, shunting. Even during test and exam, you go to the CBT, you see students pushing themselves, like some people even break their arms, their legs, just because they are shunting, because the queue is always much. So this is, prepare your mind. In fact, a lot of people even faint during test and exam, that the CBT is always crowded. The queue is so long. When they say queue is supposed to be single, but our queue, they tick. You understand what I mean? They always tick. So so the thing will be so crowded, people will faint, people will break their arms, and me, I used to avoid that. Now see me, I still look fresh because I don't like stress. Anything that involves stress, don't call my name, please. So I know how to avoid all that. It's either I go for my exam early, or I wait until all those crowd has reduced before I go, because nobody they rush. They will not end the exam because you did not enter on time. As long as you are on that queue, not that you are watching from afar, just sit down, be watching till the queue reduces, and not go and join. So that's it. So to avoid injuries, breaking of your arm, fainting, and all that, make sure you don't join all those crowds. Don't go and be pushing yourself. Don't go and be doing all that. But my dear, I'm not gonna tell you not to shunt if it's time to go home. If you don't want to get home around 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. when your mate have already relaxed, they've eaten, they've even revised what they've taught them earlier for that day. If you don't want to get home late, then please try and shunt. Try and know how to shunt. Me, I cannot advise you not to shunt. Please shunt if you know how to shunt, but don't break your hand, don't break your neck, don't break your leg. Don't go to say I advise you to shunt. It is optional, please. It is optional. Thank you very much. So another thing we face as students in the University of ILORIN is far lecture halls. How can you be having a lecture here and then you're going to another place? In fact, 100 level used to be crazy. Like immediately you finish this particular lecture from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Immediately another lecture is starting from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. So you have to run down to the other lecture hall just so that you can attend, just so that you can sit at the front seat, so that you'll be able to hear the lecturer and understand whatever the lecturer is going to be teaching. Because those lecturers, when there is no public address system, they don't stress themselves. They will only be talking to those people at the front. Trust me, no matter how quiet the class is, it will still be those people at the front. Especially some lecturers that don't even like to walk about. There are some lecturers that will still be walking around the halls just so that every other student here. But some, they will just stagnant for front, for the board. They not go move, because even myself, if I be lecturer, I not go like stress myself now. We are humans. So yes. Okay, so some lecturers are like that. Some can roam about the hall just so that other students, like every student, will be able to hear them, while some, they stay at the front. They don't move, they don't go anywhere. And if you don't listen, if the class is noisy, they will keep on talking. Those at the front, if they are listening, no problem. As long as they are in the class, they've attended the lecture, they have marked it that they came to class. So this is like an issue that will face, far lectures. In fact, there was a time in my 100 level, I think 100 level or 200 level, that we had to I don't know if you know, I think the place is called multipurpose, or opposite around that stadium area in my school. I think it's called multipurpose. Or imagine my faculty is life science. Going to multipurpose or is very, very far. I mean, sometimes it's not as if there are actually keke napep that are within the school that can take you from this particular hall to the other, or to your hostels in the school. But it's not every time that students will have money to be entering keke to and fro, because they are going for their lectures now. So it's like an issue. The lecture halls are actually far, and I don't think it's something they will do anything about it, obviously. But just prepare your mind, your mental health, that you're going to trek. Yes, depending. In fact, the people I even pity pass are the people that are education students. Those people will come all the way from education to my faculty just to come and receive lecture. Like, why? Education is very, very far from my faculty, and those students will come. Some people will trek. Those that have money, they'll take keke. But those people that are trekking under the hot sun, no, this is an issue. If you see any University of ILORIN student, please try help that person. And if you get cash, ego, money, try give the person. And even me myself, where you can ask for my account number. There's nothing too small. We accept anything, and there's nothing the Lord cannot do. The Lord can touch your heart and your soul to do this girl something, because I'm still a student here and I'm still facing all the struggle that I'm mentioning. So let's go to the next issue that we'll face. For those that are staying, this applies to those that are staying in the school hostel. Your friends cannot visit you. Not like they can't visit you, they can actually visit you, because there's a visiting room in the hostel, but they can't do the actual visiting. You know what I mean by your friends visiting you? Like me now, my friends come around, they can stay through the weekend, sleep over till the next day. But in the school hostel, that is not allowed. That is not allowed. So that's like, some students don't like it. Even me, like, what happen? Why person no go fit come see me? Even your parents or your siblings cannot travel all the way down to, like, oh, let me just come and visit my sister for a week. It's not allowed. So that's like an issue those that stay in the school hostel face. So another one I'll talk about is let me talk about those people that stay in school main hostel. They don't accept gas. Yeah, they don't accept gas. They only use stove. How can they still be using stove up until now? I feel like because it's a it's an hostel now, very big. So there are some students that no matter what, they forget a lot. They can put food on fire and forget that they are cooking, and then to have all those boom. And you know how gas can be very fast, very very fast. So that's why you don't use gas in the school hostel. You use stove, and people don't like it. Gas and kerosene is expensive, and then it's even slow to cook, so students don't like it. So that's like an issue for students that stay in school hostel. Mind you, private hostel they use gas, but school hostel itself they don't use gas, they use only stove. Yeah. So another thing is clinic card issues. A lot of students, I know you must have gone to the clinic and you like, oh, they ask you where's your card, and I forgot my card. They won't attend to you. No matter how sick you look, they won't attend to you. You have to go back and bring your card. So this is like something that so many students face, and I feel like I don't know how. I just pray that you don't go there really bad, like the sickness is not that deep that they will not attend to you and it will not result to worse issues. So please always remember to have your school clinic card in your bag. In fact, me, I put my clinic card in my bag, like it's there every day, because anything, this is health we are talking about, anything can just happen. You can just be like having little headache, and before you know. So make sure your clinic card is always in your bag. Let it always be in your bag to avoid story that touches the heart, because that is the policy and they have to follow the policy. But I feel like if the person is badly sick, they should attend to the person, card or no card. Life is important first. Now try to save. So but it's as if I've heard stories, I've heard about people that go there without their card and they were really sick, but they don't attend to them and resulted in one issue or the other. So I just pray we don't find ourselves in such situation. That is why I'm advising that you should always have your clinic card in your bag. So guys, let's take a moment. If you've not given this video a big thumbs up, try give it a big thumbs up. And if you are yet to subscribe, okay? Now let's continue. So the next one is things are really expensive here. I mean, some things are expensive, some are not expensive, but like when you're buying things inside the school, almost as if these people are using students to make money. Things like, I don't know, unnecessarily expensive, something that you get off campus cheaper. When you get inside the school, you realize that this thing you got off campus for 300 naira, you will get it inside the school for 350 or 400 naira. Why? It's not necessary. We are students now. They're supposed to try, they reduce all those things. So these are things we face as a student of University of Ilorin. There are things that are expensive, like they just unnecessarily use students to make money, which is uncalled for. So the next one I'll talk about is practical assignments and lecturers. You get to meet different kind of lecturers that will frustrate you, lecturers that will give you headache, lecturers that would, like, so many traits. You are going to see so many traits. Actually, this lecturer is not as if they're just too strict, and some of them don't used to, like, at least we are humans, okay? Try to calm down. Try this. Like, some of them are just too strict. So like in their own sense is that okay, they're trying to make sure that these students are very disciplined and trying to encourage them to do well in school. But sometimes they just take it to another level, and it tends to frustrate the students and stress the students. So prepare your mind, prepare your mental health, and try as much as possible not to be on the blacklist of any of your lecturer. That thing, if you ever be in any blacklist of your lecturer, it takes heaven to bring you out of that thing. So please avoid it. Be in good terms with your lecturers and do whatever assignment they give to you, practical, attend practicals. But just that, depending on the practical, a lot of people don't participate, but we submit our practical. Yes, that one is normal. We don't do full participation, but we must submit. We always have something to write. So sometimes I participate fully, sometimes I submit my practical. Yes, I submit. Thank you. So assignments, some lecturers use their assignment, and before I used to think that they don't actually use this practical for anything, but I got to know that they actually use it in times where there's a massive failure. So they tend to take the practicals and the assignments, to help students upgrade their grades that are poor, if you understand what that means. So always take your practical and your assignment seriously. In fact, there are some lecturers that you know that if they give you assignment, they'll use it, while some you know that they're not going to use it, and they stress me. So but those one you know that they are going to use it, that's why it's good to study your lecturers. Study them very, very well. The ones that don't joke with their assignment, they don't joke with their practical, make sure you do it well. So that's it for practicals and assignment stress that we go through. And then the school gate is too far from the main site, so it's something that you cannot trek. I see other schools that you just get to your gate, it's something you can just trek to your lecture halls, but our school is not like that. Our when you get to our gate, it's like you're starting another journey entirely. So my dear brothers and sisters, if you come to University of ILORIN, bear it in mind that you cannot trek to your lecture halls from the school gate. You need to enter your korope or your bus, your Makopoli or anything. So our school gate is not trackable to the main site or to your lecture halls. And then finally, the last thing I'm going to be talking about is timetable. Depending on your department, some timetables are very choking. In fact, this section, I have my timetable is like from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. How many times do you go to school in a week? 5 times, right? Mine, for that 4 times out of the 5, 4 times in that week, I have lectures from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. But in between, there's always like an hour break or 2-hour break. But why 6 p.m.? And 6 p.m. that will close, I'm still going to be facing transport issue at the park. I'm going to be standing for 2 or 3 more standing ovation before I see. So we face this issue of timetable where it's too choked up. Sometimes classes will be clashing with another course, and then so sometimes students used to complain about it and they used to adjust it, but most of the time they don't adjust it. In fact, they don't adjust it. So it's something you should prepare yourself. If you are thinking that the university is something that you just come to school, you go to class from 10 a.m. probably 10 a.m. 11, and then by 3 2 you should be back home, my dear. It differs. I mean, depending on your course, depending on your faculty, depending on how they set it. But trust me, just prepare your mind for the worst too, as you're preparing your mind for just to be on a safer side, so that you don't say that you were not informed. Be informed now, okay? Be informed. And I hope you learned a lot from this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you are a University of ILORIN student and you feel like I did not mention all the struggles, you can drop any in the comment section. Let us know. Let us learn all together. And if you are a fresher, I just hope you find this video helpful. So please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you are yet to subscribe, and share to those that will really need this particular video, especially aspirants of the University of ILORIN. So yeah, this is the end of the video. I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. For now, bye.